Being around the most creative people in the industry is where we wanted to be.
But what we love most of all is taking everything that we've learned over the last 14 years, whether it's fashion or photography or all of our wedding and event experience, and bringing it to you each and every week. Hello and welcome to Notes from the Lightbox. I'm Stephanie Boyd. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited because we're starting to get a lot of really great questions in on our vlog. Please do submit your questions and comments because we love to hear from them and we will address them. The first one we're going to answer though is a question from Vanessa, and I love this question. I hate corny wedding pictures. How do you get photos that are done that aren't cheesy and don't look like every other pose you've ever seen before? This is a great question, Vanessa. Thank you. And I think the first thing to remember is to be authentic to who you are. So if you're hamming it up in front of the camera and that's not really your personality, it's going to come across as sort of awkward and weird. You have to know who you are. For example, if you want to do something a little bit more glamorous, but you're kind of a tomboy in everyday life, then don't push the boundaries beyond what feels comfortable to you. Do makeup, do your hair, make yourself look great, and do push yourself beyond like a normal average every day because this is a special occasion. But you don't want to push yourself so far that you feel uncomfortable in your own skin because that won't come across well in the pictures. And just as a little aside to the girls who don't really do makeup, I would suggest watching our makeup video with Becky because she gives some great ideas about just the bare minimum that you can wear that will really translate well in pictures, because without makeup sometimes you'll end up looking blotchy or your lips will be dry, and you kind of want to, even though you don't want to look like you have a lot of makeup on, you do really want to have your best face forward for your pictures. The second thing I would recommend is definitely get comfortable in front of the camera. And that might be real time in front of the camera, or it might be time in front of the mirror. A mirror is really your best friend. You can look at yourself, see what angles are good, but have someone take some pictures of you, a lot of pictures of you, maybe even before your engagement shoot. The engagement shoot is going to be great practice for your wedding day, but actually practice up to the engagement shoot is really good too. Look in the mirror, get the pictures taken, see what you like, see what you don't like, and then you can sort of perfect it a little more at the engagement shoot, and by the time the wedding comes around, you'll be amazing. I used to be in charge of the New Faces division of Ford Models in New York, and I can tell you, nobody comes into this world knowing how to model. All of the girls that came to me, they needed a lot of test shoots and practicing in front of the mirror, and even though you may not be a model in real life, these are pretty important pictures and you want to look great. Nobody wants to look bad in a picture, so doing a little bit of work beforehand can really make the pictures that much better, that much less cheesy, and that much more organic. Third, I would strongly recommend finding some great inspirational pictures. Pull tears from magazines, look online, see what you love, see what speaks to you, and definitely pull those. Have a whole little file of tear sheets because they're gonna really help you to think through what it is that you're looking for, and you're gonna recreate that scene. So I saw a great engagement shoot that was a couple, they had built a tent at a tree with a blanket over top of the tree. The tree branch sort of held up the tent, and it was super cute. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. That would be really awesome. So if that was the direction I was going, I would get myself some mittens and gloves and a great, quilt to hang over the tree. I would have marshmallows and I have great clothes that worked for it, and maybe think about building a bonfire beforehand. All of that stuff would help me to feel like I was really in the scene that I created. And then the fun and the non-cheesiness is very authentic. You are in that scene, you are part of it, and you're really enjoying yourself. That will come across definitely not as cheesy. So practicing your angles is going to help you to look really great in a very authentic scene. I think it's important to know that for every shoot that we do in our studio, we probably have at least 15 or 20 inspirational photos that we will bring to the photo shoot. And what's great about that is we won't use all of them, but mentally we are all sort of in the moment of what it is that we're trying to create before we actually create the scene. And then once we create the scene and the bride and groom are put into that scene, we're all sort of there already. So it feels very organic. It doesn't feel cheesy. I can tell you that definitely the more you feel like you are part of the scene that you've created and it feels natural to you, the better the pictures will be. Because the same photo shoot, exact same photo shoot, one is a couple who's really into the pictures and part of it and sort of like really thought through all of the details, versus another one who sort of just kind of enters there and doesn't feel comfortable in their skin and doesn't kind of, feels like they're out of it's not really them, you will have a completely different photo shoot. One will seem cheesy, and the other will seem like just a couple of people having fun in front of a camera, and that's really what you're trying to achieve with your pictures. So the key to non-cheesy photographs are be yourself, be comfortable in front of the camera, and definitely have an idea and direction for what it is that you want, and do something that speaks to you, and you will come across with great pictures. Thank you, Vanessa, for your questions, and thank you all of you for watching Notes from the Lightbox. Please visit us at www.notesfromthelightbox.com. Subscribe, please subscribe. I will love you for that. And give us some feedback if you find anything helpful, or if you have any questions. We'd love to hear from you. Take care.